Hi guys, today we're going to pick up from where we stopped the last time after the deposit. Without wasting much time, quickly what I want to do first is I want to refactor some parts of this code. So first of all, I go to the payment DTO and scroll to the bottom. In the toString method, I'm going to change this to payment type. This was from when we were making some adjustments to this class. I'm going to save that. It doesn't really do any harm though, but I just want to keep it clean. Okay, next thing we're going to do is go over to the deposit. Yeah, and right here, just before we add the amount, I want to check for negative input. So it's not negative input. It's not negative amount input, and just pass the payment DTO. And let us create this function or this method. Create method, yeah. So it says void. I'm going to make it a boolean because I want it to return true or false. So I'm going to check if payment DTO dot get amount is less than 0. Let's say less than or equal to 0. This is a negative input. Now I'm just going to throw an exception. At some point we are going to handle exceptions. We'll get to that point, but for now I'm just going to throw new exception. I'm going to say that invalid input, right? Just invalid input. Now it wants us to add true declaration, so it's just going to add that exception there, and it will return true. So check what this is going to do is check if the amount that is coming from the payment DTO is a negative input, and if it is a negative input, throw an exception, else just return true to us. So now I can come here and add throw declaration. It's going to put another exception here, and because this is an overwritten method, add exception to payment service DTO. Yeah, this one. So if we add the exception here, so it's going to add that exception to this method. So quickly, it's going to check if this the payment amount we're entering is negative, and if it's negative, just give us this exception. And okay, I'm happy with this. And one more thing to refactor is account service implementation. Now this operation, I'm going to refactor it and call it process payments. Let's say process payment, and just pass account and the payment. We're going to see why in probably the next video. I'm going to create this method, and let's come here and put that logic here. So we can call this new balance, new double, new balance. Now go here and return double, and just say return null for now. Now what I want to do is create a switch statement to check what the payment type is first. Then based on what the payment type is, we are going to decide if we're going to do an addition or a subtraction. That's if it's a deposit or withdrawal kind of thing. So I say payment.get type, get payment type. So this is how a switch statement works. Just say case. If the case is it's a deposit, just move this inside. If the case is a deposit, then let me put the break first. Break here, and in between that, take this part of the code, cut it, equals to 0.0, just to initialize that double. And then I can do this. I can say new balance is this. Now, if the case is, I'm just going to copy that, save me time of writing the same thing. If the case is a withdrawal, if the case is a withdrawal, just do a negative, and we need to add a default case, default, and then we should break. But if it's default, just say new balance equals to 0.0. I don't want to do anything here, so I'm just putting that for now. I'm also going to just put a placeholder for transfer, and I'm not going to put any logic here. Do something. Let's just say do something. Okay, so this is what I want to refactor first. And so what you need to do is take this new balance and return it. It's double, yeah? So take it and return it. So now you can set the balance, okay? So now there's a red X here. So there's a red squiggle in the banking controller class. So we just resolved this. It says add throw declaration. So let's just add that throw declaration. So it just gets that exception. The reason is the payment service implementation dot deposit function is throwing an exception. So we need to also throw, we need to also be able to handle that exception here. So quickly head on to the payment service implementation. Let us do the withdrawal method. It's almost nearly same thing, so I'm just going to copy this and paste here, because we still want to check for negative input, because you know plus and plus is plus, but if you do like minus, it becomes plus. So if somebody enters like -5 and your account balance was 5, and somebody's trying to make a withdrawal, and you do like 5 and you have 5 minus -5 becomes, you know, becomes 10. So that's not what we want. So quickly we're going to check for negative input. I need to pass the amount here, the payment information rather. Yeah, pass the payment information here. And I need to also do that. So go back here. Now I need to make this return an account, right? And check for negative input, add the throw declaration, and we need to add this exception to this class, the payment service. Oh, it's here. It's I just need to, there's already a withdrawal, but I didn't have that throw. Just gonna cut this one out and replace it. It's the same withdrawal. I just needed to add the exception. So back to the payment service implementation for the withdrawal method. At the point of updating the balance, we need to get the account information first. And if you subtract the balance from the amount the person is entering, you need to check if it's less than 0. I'll do that now, and you like to visualize it. I can say, first of all, let's get the account, and get account balance for this payment. Get account balance for this payment. I don't know why that is. Oh, okay. Account service implementation. Get account balance. Why? It's a red squiggle. I'm just going to copy, and I made a mistake there. All right, now we have the accounts. So if the account dot get balance minus the payment dot get amount is less than 0, is less than 0. If it's less than 0, I want to wrap this here so that it's just my way of saying that do this expression is together. I want the output of this expression and then do compare it with this. So if the account.get balance minus payment.get amount is less than 0, you need to if it's less than 0, you need to throw an exception. So meaning that this user has insufficient balance. I can't have less than 0 in my account balance. At least we're not doing overdraft. So okay, let's just throw new exception. Throw new exception. Again, we will handle the exceptions later on and say insufficient balance. Insufficient balance. So throw me an exception, insufficient balance, else go ahead and update this payment, perform this transaction, right? Process it. Just a bit of house cleaning. Then after that, return the get account balance. Now I'm going to go to the banking controller and then I'm going to create another API endpoint and I'm going to call this withdrawal. Yeah, and I'm going to call this same thing withdrawal, and I can say withdrawal here. Now I'm going to test this out. I need to start the application. Right, our application has started on 1991. Head on to Postman. I still have the data that I've been using from the first time. I'm going to run this and 15 pounds has been added. I'm going to say 25 and it has added, that's 40 pounds now. And if I say another 15, or let's say 5, now 45 pounds. Now I have created this one here earlier, so you just need to fill this up with your Postman raw data, or you can copy this one, just copy this one and paste it here. Make sure you're on raw, paste it here and do withdrawal instead of deposit, and let's say 5 pounds. Now I want to, it has subtracted the 5 pounds, now we have 40 pounds. If I say 15 pounds and hit, now my balance is 25 pounds. And if I say 25 pounds, my balance is 0. Now if I do another, say 25 pounds, now you see insufficient balance, right? So we should not be able to withdraw less. If we don't have money in our account, we should not be able to withdraw, right? Now if I come head on back here and say add another 5 pounds, right, and go back here and say withdraw 4 pounds and do this, see our balance is 1 pound. So the withdrawal method works, and that's where we're going to end this video for now. Thanks again for watching.